It's a good day to learn something new about the neighborhood surrounding you. Scotty's here this morning, ready to say, here's what's happening in Central Florida today. So let there be light and rise up right. Good neighbors, good morning. We've got good news in sight, and maybe some bad news too.
Good morning, everyone. You're listening to WPRK. This is Scottie Campbell, and this is the Rise and Shine Show. The Rise and Shine Show goes and takes a look at the most read stories from Orlando Shine. You can learn more about Orlando Shine at orlandoshine.com. This is an opinion show, so it's good for me to say right away that the opinions that are expressed today are not those of Rollins College, WPRK, anyone I might be employed by, any organization I might be employed by. Probably, I can't guarantee they're the opinions of Harry Styles, but I like to think that we probably agree on a lot of things, so maybe. As is our tradition with 3 shows, going into the 3rd episode, we have a special guest each time, and this one is one of my favorite people. I've known him for, I believe, 30 years.
At least, yeah.
Let's see. Okay. I just can't hear you.
I hear me.
Great. Well, sorry
this
about that.
This is starting out great.
I know. Right. This is our 3rd show, so stick with us. So, Jeff, what we'll do is right away we're going to jump into one of the stories, and then we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit about you and find out more about you, even though I know lots about you.
Unfortunately, but we won't talk about those. I'm glad I actually read the email you sent me, because Scotty sends an email about the stories we're going to talk about. But reading the email, he didn't really say that it didn't start out with the topics right away. So the first line I get in email is Park Avenue, free 3-hour parking. So I'm assuming all of the directions he's telling me to parking are the stories that people on the Shine are ringing. I'm like, this is the most boring audience. They just are interested in parking in Winter Park.
You don't think that 3-hour parking is big news?
It's a big news story.
It's a big news story, for sure. Well, one of the stories, sometimes the stories that are the most read on Orlando Shine don't make sense to me, but actually this one does, that we're starting out with. This is Orlando City Council approves historic preservation moratorium with a 4-2 vote. And if you had to have been, if you're an Orlandoan, you have to have been living under a rock to not hear about this. But there is the Historic Preservation Board, and there's been a moratorium put on it of 3 years. There's a lot of fear that this is going to wreak havoc on the historic buildings that we have downtown. The vote came down to, let's see, it looks like Commissioner Sheehan and Burns were the only dissenting. Commissioner Ortiz, who's running for mayor, had to go somewhere before the vote, which I find convenient. That way he makes everybody happy in a way, I guess. So do you have any thoughts on historic preservation and what this might do to?
Well, we're talking about the outside of the buildings a lot. And what are we saving the outside of the buildings if we're not really talking about what businesses are going into them?
Right.
And I think that's, if they're talking about what's going on downtown, I think that what they want to revitalize, they need to talk about more what's inside the buildings. If they're going to keep the outsides old and historic looking, that's great, but then...
Right, and then how are you going to keep those businesses?
Exactly.
Like one of the commissioners, Commissioner Chapin, said a historic building with no tenants is not preserved as a living part of our city. But he's talking about these, being empty buildings and what good does that do? And yet these new buildings where they've done the mixed use and they put retail in them, they're empty.
Yeah.
So I don't quite see the argument there.
No, I mean it's there's other places in Orlando that are taking historic properties. I think you and I discussed it of what they did with the 50 Arts Village Hotel.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an empty, abandoned hotel basically, and that organization took it over and made it a pretty thriving spot for local artists.
And they have First Friday. Is that their?
I think it's the first weekend.
Night?
The first weekend of every month. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a great one to check out, and actually a really good example of a a historic building being revitalized, and I think there are a lot of examples of that. Maybe not as much in Orlando as we'd like to see, but I guess we have in the past. I mean, Church Street Station, when that was thriving, that was those were all completely abandoned buildings, and the the train depot unfortunately looks like it does today. I mean, there's neglected. I mean, there's even furniture outside of the train depot that's from Church Street Station days, and just kind of rotting.
And there's so many outdoor events that happen in Florida, or especially in Central Florida right now during the summer, that it's either too hot, too wet, too stormy, that places need an indoor space to just do like community events too. I think that's what's lacking downtown too, is indoor spaces for community events.
No, I agree. Yeah, and what was I going to say about that? I lost my train of thought. Good hosting going on today. Yeah, so the other thing about historic preservation is in the way that they're talking about preserving is sort of odd to me, that it is about just like keeping a facade of something and not. And I don't know how I feel about that. I heard that the Bob Carr is going to be taken down to just that wall that was the old municipal auditorium, and then built around that, and it's and then they are like, because we care about history. It's like, where's the rest of the building, though?
I understand, like in Europe, like a lot of those facades on the outside of hundreds and hundreds of year old houses are just the facades, because you go behind them and it's like a modern house inside.
Right.
I mean, that's like a lot of the residences in some areas of Europe. So I'm like, but we're talking 400, 500, 600-year-old homes and buildings and stuff.
Right.
And it's an old store. That was, I don't know.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. I don't know how many people are coming to Orlando to tour the history of the exterior of buildings.
I just figured out my headphones, and I'm very excited.
Oh.
I'm like, oh yeah, they told me about this little dial down here. Now I can actually hear you.
Oh.
And the other things that I need to,
I haven't said anything. I haven't said anything.
Need to be able to. No, I could hear you. I just couldn't hear you as well as I would like. Yeah. So, what's your opinion though with that facade idea? Does that accomplish the historic preservation?
I don't think so. I
aspect?
think it's if you can tell me what is historically important about the building itself. Like, did something happen here other than the fact that it's just old?
Yeah, but I guess they could do that with just like right there used to be. So like you have the Plaza building downtown where notoriously Cameron Kuhn knocked the building down in the middle of the night. There was I think it was McCrory's, Woolworth, these really cool buildings, one of which I worked in for a while. And SAC was in that block there too. I don't think their building was necessarily historic, but there was also an opera house. So now there's this not great building. It's very poorly done. And on the side of it, there's a plaque that lets you know there was an opera house there. Meanwhile, I never got to go in it, but apparently it was a building that was just ripe for somebody to come in and do something cool with it, a cool concert venue or something.
Let's find the cool concept center and not just keep putting bars and stuff downtown. Let's find some cool stuff.
Well, some of us like the bars.
There's enough.
No, that's true. Well, I would say that there were. Now it's getting pretty. Even the bars are getting sparse downtown. But
some will open eventually.
Well,
there's few that have been under construction for like 3-4 years.
Well,
I'm not naming.
I feel
anybody,
like
but,
you're. Yeah, I walked past that place and there was a mural up on the wall. So I'm like, oh, maybe we're getting closer. But how long has that? We're talking about Parliament House. That's 4 years?
At least.
At least 4 years.
It was just post-COVID, but I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know the story except that when they're asked, it's still coming. Still coming. They're and perhaps they are dealing with some city red tape. I'm very curious to see how that's going to work downtown. There is another gay bar, Anthem, that's downtown, and that seems to fit in nicely. But what is Parliament House going to be like now? Because it can't be as wild as it was when it was tucked away off OBT. So I don't. I don't know. And I don't know how that crowd's going to mix with the regular weekend crowd of the downtown.
It'll be historic. Let's just say that.
There, I see what you did there. All right, we're going to take a music break, and then we're going to come back and so you can all find out who Jeff Jones is.
Me too.
That I wobbled in my walk and I'm trembling. That's right, you got me shaking. When you take me in your arms to talk romance, my heart starts doing that Saint Rita dance and I'm dancing. Yeah. Oh, and I'm shaking. Early in the morning time, late in the middle of the night, whenever this chill comes over me, I wanna hug you with all of my might. That's right, and I'm sweating. Oh, yeah, you got me shaking. You got me sweating. Oh, yeah, you got me shaking, girl. A chill and a fever, so I've been told, makes your head spin around and your feet run cold. I got fever. Yeah, fever, yeah, I'm run for sure. I feel like I've been run right through the mill, and I can't move around and I can't stand still. I'm so diddly. You got me shaking. I'm so jittery. That's right, you got me shaking. Oh. Well, Samson was a mighty good man, strongest in his day.
Then along came Delilah and clipped his wig.
And it looks like you took me the same old way, so I'm nervous. Oh, and I'm shaking. All right, you got me nervous. Yeah, I'm shaking and jumping. Oh, a storm rocks a ship on the sea.
Storm rocks the ship on the sea.
The wind shakes the leaves on a tree.
shakes the leaves
And
on
I'm
the
a
tree.
nervous wreck and I'm all shook up. And that's what you're doing to me right now. And I'm jumping. That's right, you got me shaking. Oh, I'm jumping. That's right, you got me shaking. Oh, you got me shaking. That's right, you got me nervous. Oh, put down them shaking. Oh, you got me shaking. Yeah.
All right, welcome back to the Rise and Shine show. I'm your host, Scottie Campbell, and I'm here with Jeff Jones. And we're going to find out a little bit about Jeff. So let's see. New Smyrna?
Yeah,
Is that the
that's-
original
well,
origin?
No, I all over Florida. Actually, I was born in Panama City.
Okay.
Yeah, on the Air Force Base there, and was there for 6 months and did everything there was to do in Panama City. So had to get out of there. Had to get out of there. And bounced around when my dad was in school, and spent my latter years in high school in New Smyrna, then UCF in 1993, and I've been in Orlando since '93.
And we met 97?
No, it had to be before that, actually.
Oh, really?
Because I think I started at House of Blues in '97, so
Oh, okay.
it had to be 96, 95.
Right. Well, I would guess 96 because we met at Civic Theater.
Civic Theater.
Rest in peace. Even though the Orlando Family Stage claims that history, and I graduated in '96, so that must have been
Yeah, it was
96.
96.
So 30 years, and
We've worked at 5 or 6 different places
together.
together.
That's true.
In different levels of
All-
you were my boss, I was your boss.
Right. Turns out box office is a skill. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? And so some of the places you just mentioned, House of Blues. That was back in the days when it was cool.
It was like first opened, yeah.
When it first opened, not it's fine now.
Yeah.
It's just not as you kids don't know.
You kids just think they serve barbecue in that little building, but no, we worked.
Oh, that's
there.
where we worked. That
We
was the box
worked.
office. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, now you go into retail to get your
Something
tickets
like
or something like that. And then you went off to Watermark.
Watermark was in
Watermark, and we were working there together too. But I was doing editorial stuff, but you were
I was in sales.
sales
And event promotion.
You were that
I
guy
was that guy.
with your clever marketing matchbooks and things like that.
Yes, when it was
Yeah.
cool to still smoke in bars.
Right.
I came up with the concept of matchbooks with my name on them.
People loved your matches.
I think I still have some of those.
Do you
from
really?
25 years ago.
Well, you should.
I don't think they work anymore.
Maybe there's a history museum that would be interested in. You don't think they would work anymore?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the science behind that. And then from there, Hard Rock.
Then on to Hard Rock.
Yeah, and your job was a little bigger.
Yeah,
at Hard Rock.
I was over marketing and ticketing, so I was there for 12, 13 years. Then I was like, I don't want to do the corporate world anymore because I started doing stand up when I turned 30, and because just like a whim, people bought me a gift certificate to do a stand up comedy class.
Yeah.
I had no interest in doing it, and then so I did it, and it kind of got hooked. So I started doing it.
No, you were really good. And so, you be sure you need to brag because you opened for a couple of big people.
Yeah, I opened for Joel McHale. I did a few shows with Joan Rivers, and so that was kind of cool. It was a fun experience, and that's why to do more comedy and travel more, I decided I was going to just walk away from the corporate world.
Yeah.
And I did, and it partially worked out okay until the entire world shut down, and
and the venues for stand up were
venues were stand up. It was like, let's get on Zoom and do stand up comedy shows, and I'm like, yeah,
were people doing that?
They were, and
Okay.
I think I've watched some, and people ask me about doing it, and I'm like, the part of doing comedy is you want that energy from an audience, and when you're just looking at your computer and telling jokes at a webcam,
Right.
and you can't hear people laugh, you can't
Right.
see a reaction. It was like, I don't want to do that. So,
Yeah, you're just sort of dead silence, which you could do, by yourself.
Yeah, I've had live shows like that, but plenty of live shows like that. But no, and more power to the people that powered through and did it. And I mean, and it brought out a whole new level of comedians that weren't necessarily performing for a specific audience's life. You've got the streamers and stuff, and the cam people that they came up, developed huge followings during. So a lot of it was good for comedy too, because it brought a lot of new energy and new life to people. So
Yeah.
introduced us to a lot of different people. So.
But you aren't doing
No,
much stand-up now.
I didn't. I started. I wrote a few plays, and
Yeah.
you actually directed.
I
one of them.
directed one of those.
And it was Fringe. I think I did 7 or 8 Fringe shows as well. So I was kind of bouncing back and forth between regular, just acting and writing and doing stand up, and then it just sort of fell out of love with comedy, and it was just needed a break. So during COVID, when we were all in lockdown and everybody was finding weird hobbies and stuff, instead of doing comedy,
Sourdough.
Instead of doing bread or making, if I would have probably done comedy, I would probably still be doing it. But I started playing around with clay and sculpting, and just found a completely new career out of left field, and started doing caricature sculpture of pop culture stuff.
Yeah.
And just for myself, to make decor in my house and that kind of thing. I was playing. I'd never sculpted, never airbrushed, never painted, and started playing around with that. And then it just sort of snowballed from there. People were like, "Oh, can you make this for me?" And then I kind of found my style, and now I'm driving around the country doing Comic-Cons and horror conventions and selling my wares.
And meeting cool people.
And meeting cool people.
And famous people.
I've some famous people, but a lot of people, I don't necessarily always meet them. It's people buy Like if I do a Comic-Con and I see certain celebrities there appearing, I'll do a bust of one of their characters, and people will buy them from me and get them signed by that. I have a handful of ones that I've gotten signed for myself, but yeah, it's kind of fun.
And who are some of those?
The ones that I personally have in my collection, I've got Kiefer Sutherland. He's got a Lost Boys bust that I did that I signed.
Okay.
Doc Brown, Christopher Lloyd one signed.
Yeah,
Elvira,
that's cool.
I've got Elvira. She signed one for me, but there's several people who bought that one. Matthew Lillard, Randy Quaid, and the other one I have is Alan Tudyk.
And you can see some of this on your Instagram.
Yeah.
What's your Instagram handle?
At Got Caricature. That's just Got Caricature is the website.
You have to figure out how to spell that.
Yes, most people. It's funny watching people, especially when the bloggers and YouTubers come around at conventions. All the mispronunciations of caricature. I think I've got charcuterie. I've gotten so it's fun.
Well, I just realized I forgot to tell people what that song was about. Who did that song? I'm looking over at my screen here. That was "I'm Shakin" by Jack White off his 2012 album Blunderbuss. So we're going to take another break here, and then we'll come back, and we've got 4 more stories to tackle. Some hard-hitting stories, particularly.
These are more fun than the historic building.
Some hard-hitting stories, like the Dunkin Donuts saga.
Can't wait to talk about that.
Continues, ladies and gentlemen. So be back with us right after this.
You can never know what it's like. Your blood like winter freezes just like ice. And there's a cold and lonely light that shines from you. You wind up like the wreck you hide behind that mask you use. And did you think this fool could ever win? Well, look at me now, I'm coming back again. I got a taste of love in a simple way. And if you need to know while I'm still standing, you can just fade away. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Once I never could have hoped to win. You're standing down the road, leaving me again. The threats you made were meant to cut me down. And if my love was just a circus, you'd be a clown by now. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Welcome back to the Rise and Shine Show. I'm your host, Scottie Campbell, and I'm here with Jeff Jones. You were just listening to I'm Still Standing by Charming Liars. One of, obviously, Elton John stuff's been covered by a lot of people. I think that's one of the better renditions.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. Let's see. So we've got four stories here to tackle. Might as well start with a tough one right away. 2 more Dunkin Donuts locations close in Orlando, and this is one of this is one of the most read stories. But I guess I kind of understand it too, because it's part of, in a lot of ways, it's part of people's routines. One of these locations is right across from the courthouse, which apparently was very convenient if you ride the Sunrail, and of course if you're having to go to trial, I guess.
Yes, if I'm going to jail, I need that last cruller.
So it was, is that what they have at Dunkin' Donuts?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you the last time I've been to a Dunkin', which is probably why they're closing.
Maybe. First, Orlando Shine reported that the Dunkin' Donuts that was downtown, it's kind of, I think it's in the same building where the Citrus Club is. And that one abruptly closed. The sign was even written in ballpoint pen. And then College Park, there's a location that closed there, and then this one downtown across from the courthouse as well. The suspicion is that it has something to do with a franchisee who is closing them for whatever reason. But Orlando Shine hasn't been able to confirm that, so we aren't certain on that, but I don't know about the weird thing is, I would say that I've been by that one that's downtown, and I would see people in there. I don't know that it was crazy, but I've heard that the other 2 were. So that's the kind of suspicious thing. Like there was a drive-through at the other Dunkin' Donuts. Apparently had a Baskin Robbins in it as well. Because why not? I don't know. I thought we'd gotten away from all that stuff where like Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and whatever else were all in the same place.
Chicken. It was a Kentucky Fried
Chicken. And then it would be it doesn't help because then it's like a limited menu of each one of them, and so you're not really getting that full.
Nor would they, and
experience.
They wouldn't combine them either. I couldn't get like a.
Oh, really?
I know they wouldn't. Like, give me a pizza with a taco on it. They would not do that.
Perhaps there needs to be legislation about that. Do you have any opinions about the Dunkin' Donuts story?
There's got to be. Yeah, well, yes. I mean, I think the reason people are going to look at it is just because they're looking to see. Even if they aren't going to Dunkin' Donuts daily, they just don't want their Dunkin' Donuts to close.
Right.
That's the
they
only
want it
reason.
to be.
Is it
they
mine?
still want it to be there.
Exactly. I have a Dunkin' Donuts by my house. I think I've been there once in 10 years, but I want to know that when I want it, it's there.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I would have read the article just to see
what is up with the Dunkin' Donuts. Well, I part of what surprises me is that I would assume Orlando Shine readers are more locavores who are like looking for local things to do. But I do think that no matter our feelings about the chains, that they are there. It's that reliable thing that what you're going to get when you go there, and so they're just an integral part of our life.
No, like, you do go in there every now and then, and you'll look at it and go, "When did they get all this other stuff?" Like,
yeah, right.
I can get hot food. I just want a donut.
But the one that I passed downtown, they had pet toys for some reason. I don't know why, but maybe you could get some sort of thing for your pet to eat. That I probably would not give my dog, but
no.
So our next story, and I can kind of get why there's some buzz about this. Orlando Weekly is bringing back its Best of Orlando Awards night after a 7-year hiatus. This was at one time like the event of the year, in my opinion. Always a good time. It used to take over a block basically, and everything was free.
Yes, well, that's the reason you go.
And then people told you what happened to you the next day because, again, everything is free. But this is a little different. It's coming back, but it's a little different. And they've tried, I believe COVID was part of the reason it went away. And then they tried doing something where you like picked up your award at different venues. I don't know how that went because I I never
You
got
never
any
won. You
awards.
did not win.
I didn't get any awards during that time period. So I never went to a place to get my award. But I didn't hear much buzz about it. So I'm assuming it was lackluster. And so this is going to be at Plaza Live there on Bumby, and they will be doing something really different, which is you will be hearing who won in real time. They'll be announcing them, and then you get your issue of the paper, and then it's posted online the next day. So you're kind of one of those in the know people, and it a little different too because it's going to be $25 to go in. I guess I believe there are also VIP options.
Of course there are.
For more, and I'm a little. I'll be curious to see how it works because I don't know that, Orlando Shine is nominated for things, but I'm not sure that we're going to pay $25 to hang out there to see if we lost.
No, it sounds like it's an attempt at a gala without really calling it a gala.
Yeah.
And also you're tricking people into going. It's like, you might win.
Well, and
you might not.
Our old friend Graham Jarrett is quoted in this article because, of course, he's one of the owners, I believe. Is that what you understand?
I think so.
I think so too. Sorry, Graham. School me next time I see you. Graham is saying we want to see all of the finalists come out and celebrate together. Win or lose, being named a finalist is an accomplishment worth celebrating.
Is it?
Is it? I don't feel like it is. I also have had the experience of coming in second, and they hand you a certificate, and I'm like, I'm not putting up my second place thing. It goes right in the recycling.
I just print my own participation trophies, and that's all I need right now.
So, and I wonder, is it limited? Because to me, there have been times with the best of where it just seems like anything anybody put in wound up being nominated. So I don't know how exclusive that is.
I know, are people just nominating themselves too? That's my other question.
Well, I mean, you gotta.
You got to.
I learned that back in when I was in Cub Scouts, and you get to elect who your leader is. Like what were they called? Not captains, but of the group. And I decided not to vote for myself and lost by one vote. So.
But and it goes
I'm still
back,
scarred.
It goes back to all of these, and not just calling out the Orlando. It's going to all of these best of awards and stuff that goes out. It's not.
Well, we were part of starting the.
We did with
the watermark ones. Yeah,
and that was back when there was no real internet. So
oh my gosh, it was
hand counting everything, pieces of paper of hand, it was awful. But,
I remember that fondly because I did win that during that time.
Well, I think it was rigged, but
I was helping with the counting.
You were counting,
but it was literally that, on a piece of paper, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you put the fifth one. That's how we were adding these up.
But I'm going to let a secret out to everybody. Is back in those early days when we would do it, nobody knew what to do and nobody knew how to vote. It would be like, okay, so this person got 3 votes. And this one got 2. So we now have the best gay bar in Orlando with 3 votes. So,
right, exactly.
Congratulations.
I also remember that being a thing where we would grouse about the chains because it would there were video stores everywhere, and there were independent ones like Stardust was a video store in those days, and then Blockbuster would win, and it was kind of like, what is wrong with people? Get out of your house.
I mean, I get it that Publix sandwiches are delicious, but is it the best one in Orlando? I don't think so.
Can we talk about that? The most underrated, most overrated sandwich. I don't get the pub sub thing. To me, it's just. I know I understand the Boar's Head thing, but you can get Boar's Head a lot of places, and there are so many good sub places to go, and that's a great independent thing to local thing to. I don't get what the special thing is, and it usually it's hard to get your sub. It's not the best service either.
Well, no, and you also, I think, no matter where you go to get a sandwich, you're always behind the person who has apparently never ordered a sandwich before in their life.
Right.
So they have to always ask, do you have this? Do you have no? That should be a class of how to order a sandwich.
I think
So-
these are the life skills that you are not taught in
Exactly.
school. How to order your sandwich and get out of the way.
And get out of the way. But no, I mean, let's see how it goes. The appeal to going to the Orlando Weekly Party in the past used to always be unlimited drinks and food. So
Yeah, and I guess once you pay the $25, there's, I don't know if it's a cash bar. I know there's hors d'oeuvres, complimentary bites from nominated restaurants who are also there to find out if they won or lost.
if they lose
this
it-
doesn't say anything about drinks, so I'm guessing it is a cash bar.
if they lose, they just take all their food that's left and just leave right then. You're not getting dessert.
I will say, though, talk about service. I have been to Plaza Live events, and they keep the bar moving,
Yeah.
so you don't have to worry about that there. And it's a cool venue. So we'll see how this goes. An interesting experiment. Some theme park news. Fire breaks out in Bourbon Steak Kitchen at Walt Disney World Dolphin Hotel. Have you been to this restaurant?
No, I think
before?
that was the best thing about that story is that maybe they lit their place on fire just so
Just to
we
get a
can
little
know that this
PR.
restaurant exists.
Yeah, no, I want their steak right now. But yes, they had a fire. It was June 25th. Seems like, as fires go, it was contained. Their ventilation system worked as it was designed. So a lot of people, you can see on Orlando Shine on the story, there's an Instagram story, I guess, Instagram reel that somebody captured of the smoke coming out. And of course, that's alarming if you're viewing it, but it actually was good that the smoke was coming out. They had to evacuate some rooms for a little while and evacuate their lobby. That all went back, but as far as I know, the restaurant is not open yet, back open yet for business. So we'll have to keep an eye on that so that we can go to Bourbon Steak.
Yeah, I need to know. Well, people love to see any kind of disaster that happens at any of the theme parks. Right now anyway, so
That's true.
It's
Well, right. Is that partly because, like, for such a long time, they did a great job of you not
Yes.
knowing that bad things happened. And
The whole deal was nobody's ever died in Disney. It's
Exactly.
always on I-4.
yes, and yet, there were some things that happened that obviously the guy died. So that I think that's part of that mystique is like, oh, there's something happened.
And we all love to see stuff like that happen. Come on, how many times has everybody out there now watched that kid swan dive off of Tiana's?
Oh,
he's
yeah,
fine.
that's
We can make fun.
We can
He's
make fun
fine.
of it.
He's
That's
fine, but
in
yeah.
Disney. That was
It was
Disneyland, right?
Disneyland, yeah.
Didn't happen here in Florida, so don't try to do that Florida man thing to us. But yeah, it sounds like he got scared and tried to get out.
I don't know. I've heard that, but then I also read that he was just being a dumb kid that wanted to get out and jump into the log behind them. So I don't know.
Oh, I see. Yeah, well, it turned out bad because if you haven't seen the video, he goes down the flume as a body, just himself.
And like kind of bouncing off this. It looks. I hate to say it looked kind of fun, but
Yeah.
I mean, if I knew I wasn't going to get hurt,
Right.
I might do it. But no.
Right. Well, and I'd be a little worried about getting pink eye from that water, but I don't know. That is an unfounded. I have no evidence. I'm just saying it's something that worries me if it splashes in my face.
Are we talking about Splash Mountain?
Oh my gosh! And we were just on Tiana's.
We got slightly.
We were in torrential rain, and actually the drop and getting wet meant nothing because we were already soaked.
No, but it was actually warmer water
Warmer
than
water.
the cold, freezing rain. So it was actually kind of nice to get this.
That was fun. It was my first time on Tiana's, and I'm not Tiana's Bayou is the whole name of it. I love the set decoration. What will we say? The design of it is really cool, and so they did do a great job with that. So even this person who's a little nostalgic for the former ride, I enjoyed it. But yeah, that was my first time on Tiana's, and I'm wondering if I'm going to be disappointed next time, not being as wet. I don't know. I wasn't even sure when it started raining if it was like part of it. Am I supposed to be getting rained on?
It was fun.
And let's see our last story, and then we'll take a break and we'll come back and try to solve a community issue. Our last story is Orlando metro area drops to 25th in the nation's deadliest places for pedestrians. This story confused me a little bit. It's too bad we don't have Brendan here, the owner of Orlando Shine, who also wrote the story, because there's references to a city, but then when you look at it, it was this big. It was from Sanford. Do I have it here? Let me see here. It covered a lot of ground from Sanford
Orlando's
to,
just everything.
Yeah, well, I guess that's what they're trying to say. But it was more than just the city. But then, of course, the city is taking credit for dropping down to 25th. But as we pointed out in the story, the city has achieved a 40% drop in deadly and serious injury crashes from 2020 to 2024.
Well, that's because we have less pedestrians now because we've taken them out. So
We've taken them all out. But Orlando Shine also points out, though, in 2024, there were 20 deadly and 94 serious injuries. So you can talk percentages, but people are still getting killed.
That seems like a high number.
Yeah. So that's what I found that a little weird about the territories, because there was they went Palm Bay, Melbourne, Titusville, I guess, and that's considered that one area, and I don't know, that to me it's a little too broad. But
are we just fishing for a way to make it sound like it's the where's the number one? Who's killing people?
Oh, that's a good question, because that wasn't in there. But that's a really good question. Wow, I'll have to investigate that and bring it back to the Rise and Shine show next week.
Tell us where not to go for a walk.
Stay off the streets in this city.
I'm going to say Tampa.
That's your bet, Tampa.
I'm just going to say don't walk in Tampa.
Don't walk in Tampa. I see. Well, let's take a musical break. This is going to be I Need You by Jon Batiste, and we'll be back for our Solve It part of the show. Stay tuned.
Down my alto saxophone, buck jumping down on the boulevard. I couldn't wait to blow my own horn. It ain't wrong for you to play along, playing this song till you die. Come on. In this world with a lot of problems, all we need is a little love. Thank you. Oh, you make me thank you for your love. Down that pork chop and salt, and we fell in love on the boulevard. If you was Jenny, I guess I was far. Now it ain't wrong for you to sing along, singing this song till you die. In this world with a lot of problems, all we need is a little love. Thank you. Oh, you make me thank you for your love.
right, welcome back to the Rise and Shine show. No, we're not listening to that. Sorry, Harry. I'm here with my guest, Jeff Jones, and our Solve It question for today has to do with vote by mail ballots, and the fact that they're currently below where they normally have been. Well, where they were, and the statistic that I have is from 2024. 150,000 people were signed up for vote by mail in 2024. Currently, it is 65,000. That is up by 3,000 after they did a mailing. But people don't realize that there was the rules have changed, and every 2 years you have to re-request your vote by mail ballot. But the question before us is how could the word get out? What things could you do?
What, to remind people that they need to?
Well, I guess even to tell them, because it sounds like maybe people don't. Well, so let's start here. To me, first of all, you need to know who the people are.
Yes.
And also, perhaps there are reasons, because, of course, part of the playbook is to create a lot of noise and confusion. And I just saw a story about something where the postmaster is going to do something with ballots. And so I fear that people are hearing things like that and just going, oh, well, I'm not going to do vote by mail because my vote's not going to count.
Well, here's the thing. If you have to be reminded to request one to get one sent to you every 2 years because you forgot or anything like that, then you might forget to mail it back in. So maybe you're not the best person to do a vote by mail anyway. I mean, and we live in Florida. Florida's pretty easy to go voting with the early voting because there's
there's early voting.
So many locations.
Do you do vote by mail?
No, I like early vote.
Okay.
I like early vote because I don't like voting the day of because everybody goes and stands in line, then complains that they're in line for 3 and 4 hours, and because there's not as many places to vote on election day.
I go day of, and the most recent times I've gone, it hasn't been crazy, and I think part of that is part of it's vote by mail, but I think a lot of it is the early voting. People do it, and it is smart because something could happen, and you're in the hospital, and you can't get out there and vote. But I don't know. There's something about the day of, and I mean, I know you can get your sticker all the ways, but I like to go early because they're in convenient locations too. Yeah. Instead of like having to go to a church I know one year my vote by mail place was in the Metro West Country Club, and it was the tiniest little place. Your early voting?
No, my actual voting.
Your actual voting place?
It was actual voting, the day of voting place. But no, I go now because like all the libraries in Orange County, I believe.
I don't think they all are. The downtown one isn't. But
a lot of the satellite ones are. A lot of the satellite ones are, and I go to one, and those are in like strip malls and stuff, and you can hang out in the library and wait in line. I like that because then, like the line to vote in the library by my house is by all the DVD section, so I can like browse DVDs while I vote. It's like being at Blockbuster and voting all at one time. It's fun.
That's probably the way some of the folks get their service. I know. Hopefully, my dad doesn't listen to the show because every once in a while I give him a little shout out that isn't probably complimentary, but it's the only time he goes to the library is when he votes. He doesn't, which is kind of weird to me because growing up, it was always about if it's something free, you grab it with both hands. And so I don't know why he's not a bigger fan of the library.
No, I mean, if all you people listening, if you miss Blockbuster Video and you complain about that, go to the library because you can rent movies.
Yeah. And by rent, it's free. It's free. Not, yeah.
It's free. Yeah. If you haven't seen Weekend at Bernie's in a long time and you need to get your hands
fix
on a copy of Mannequin 2, you need to go to the library.
A classic, Mannequin 2. Well, obviously we gave a poor explanation of all the places where you can early vote because we don't know them. But you can go to, if you would like more information, you could go to voteorangefl.gov. And I've checked out this website recently. They had a whole relaunch, and I think they did a really good job with it. It's pretty to look at, but it also kind of outlines anything that you can think of, they've done a really good job of organizing it. So you can find your early voting locations by going to that website.
No, and everybody also, it's not a bad thing, even if to just always check your status. And so there's shenanigans going on all over the place. So just always go on there, make sure your address is right and all of that other stuff is correct. And then when you're on there, if you want to get an absentee ballot sent to you, then do it then.
Then you can do it.
Then
You
do
can
it
you can do it by going to that website. Well, some of the things that I think about, like getting the word out, is I wonder if having people from the supervisor of elections office go to, like, on Tom and Dan, like these common man kind of radio shows where I don't think we think of that. Like, we think of people who vote as, Central Florida Public Media listeners or WPRK listeners. But that's one thing that comes to mind that I think would be a good way of
they
doing
all
it.
have budgets too. So I mean, who knows what kind of advertising is on that? But do they want? Maybe it depends on who is in charge of a supervisor's office as to do they want more mail votes or do they not? It's gotten so weird and political. It's like,
I think in this particular case, my understanding is they do.
I think Orange County we do, but
Because the statistics that I have came from that office, so I think they would like to get the word out and get people to realize.
It's just the experience of voting too is more fun than filling it out. Because what if you fill it out and then you forget to mail it?
Well, do you remember that year? Now I can't remember the year, but the Gore versus Bush. I think we were together watching those results come in, and there was a moment that I'll never forget when I can't remember who the anchor was, Dan Rather or something, says, "So it does look like we'll be going ahead and counting the mail-in ballots, and the absentee ballots they would call them at that time," and I was like, "What?" So that's something you do later. I don't know if that's still the case, but that's always stuck with me because my parents, I would watch them vote when we were overseas.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was in the Air Force, and of course they would, there was a certain party and they would just check it. I mean, these people could have been anybody, but they were just party lines. So I'd watch that, and that would annoy me. But I thought, well, maybe their vote never counted anyway. So.
And elections have been so close lately, and especially in Florida for the last 20-something years, and a lot of stuff. It's like, what if the reason somebody won or lost is because Bob forgot to mail it back?
Yeah, and then he was cleaning one day, and he was like,
oh, I forgot to mail it back.
Don't tell me it was by one vote.
Exactly. So if there's like 12 Bobs, and they all forget to send them in,
oh, Bob.
if he'd have just gone to the library while he was there and voted 3 days early, it would have been fine.
Yeah. So you don't have any other great ideas?
No,
about
I'm saying just go to the library.
No. I'm saying how do you impress it upon people that they every 2 years they're going to have to do this? How do you get through to people?
Well, don't put up a sign at the Dunkin Donuts because those are closed.
We should clarify. Not all Dunkin Donuts are closed. Just the
Dunkin'
ones you want to
Donuts.
go to.
Yeah, the one I need to go to this afternoon because I have a court date and I'm. No, it's. Yeah, I think it's just outreach. Tell your friends. Make sure your friends know.
Yeah. Talk to your friends about voting. There you go.
Share it on your own social media. If everybody posts on their social media a reminder, because we're all looking at our phones now anyway. So I don't necessarily know if anything's going to change.
That's a good point. Like, could there be a campaign social media campaign from supervisor of elections where they're like encouraging people, share this.
Yeah, share that. Everybody, or put the link on your own social media page and encourage people to do it. Do it yourself. It's not really relying on other people at this point. We gotta take care of ourselves and get the information out to all your friends and get as many people as you can.
Well, Jeff, I think that's a great idea, and I think you should do that.
I'm not.
You're not going to do it.
I'm too busy.
You're not going to do it. It's just it's advice, but not advice that you're going to follow.
I will invite everybody to go with me to early voting this time at the West Orange Library, and we can all rent or take a movie.
Just take a movie.
Just take them.
You're not explaining libraries very well. You're not renting it. You're not. You check it out with your library card.
Well, you can do that too. If they don't see you take it, then you should just take it.
Well, that brings us to the end of episode 3 of the Rise and Shine show. Thank you for listening. To learn more about the stories we talked about today, you can go to orlandoshine.com. You can also find them on all the social medias at the Orlando Shine. And Jeff, you can find at gotcaricature.com.
Yes.
And on the Instagrams, you can actually see some of the pictures with him hanging out with Matthew Lillard.
Yes.
Lillard.
When you do Google it, it will say, "Did you mean goat caricature?" No, it is got caricature. I don't know
Goat
I don't know who's doing goat caricatures. But yes.
All right. Thanks for listening.